Portions of this show are recorded. Strap in and be prepared.
You just heard Baby J about 3 minutes give his entire A to Z on what was going on. I didn't interrupt you.
I don't even I got to everything, honestly.
No, you didn't get to everything.
Interesting guests.
Kelly Graves, Mike Parker, Josh Pate, Melissa Lombardi, Yogi Roth, who said that Justin and I are smart.
Sharp opinions.
I can see Dan Lanning sitting in his office, rubbing his hands together and saying, yeah, bring it on. You're just giving me juice.
I think you could be the type of team that has guys that excel in certain things. You don't need somebody that's great at everything. You need to be able to put guys in position where they're going to succeed.
And some smiles.
Is this thing on?
Is this thing working? No, that's why you got to do this. You got to go. Hello? Hello? Testing, testing,
it's like the little
testing.
girl in Nemo where she's tapping on the glass.
Fishy! Fishy, wake up, Fishy!
It's Danny Havel.
We have to be more specific. We have a lot of pickle things going on, apparently.
Justin Grossweiner.
It's a Schwarbomb. That's a man right there hitting that ball.
Danny and Justin starts now on Fox Sports Eugene and Newport.
Hello, neighbors, and welcome high top the Delta Triad, the Crystal Palace, the Bigfoot Beverages Studios, live in Newport and Eugene, and broadcasting to all the ships at sea and up and down the I-5 corridor. This is the Danny and Justin radio program. Thanks, kids, for tuning in. We made it to Friday. Bigger bets today. And we'll tell you about that in a moment. We've got tickets to give away to Oregon-Utah exhibition basketball tonight, and also tickets for what we anticipate will be a splattering at Autzen Stadium. Not just from what's going to fall from the sky, but what's going to happen on the field. Oregon, Wisconsin, we've got a pair of tickets to give away to that game as well. Plenty of chances to win with your favorite radio hosts. I'm Danny Halbel, right over there. It's my tag team partner, Justin Grossweiner. We call him Baby J. What a boy.
I feel like we need a little more energy today, Danny. I feel like
Are you being facetious right now?
No, I'm not being facetious.
I thought I nailed the intro.
I think we need a little more energy.
You know, I'm gonna.
You're gonna throw something at me.
If there was something that I didn't think was gonna hurt you, I would hurl it at you right now.
You can do the Brian jar.
Did we take his face off of that thing? By the way,
it's still on there. For those that don't remember, I called Danny Bryan the first thing.
First week of the show.
First day.
Was it the
It was
absolute
the
first day?
First time
then
I called
you did it
your
again.
name. I called you Brian instead of Danny.
Yeah, and then you did it again. That's when the Brian jar, the fine jar.
Yeah.
We never cashed any of that stuff in. I think somebody took the money in.
No, we needed it for tip money.
So you and Brian used it for tip money on Friday night live? Yeah. Are you serious right now?
It went to a good cause.
And nobody put it back?
You know, I meant to, and then we just never got back around to it.
Rather. All right. So our big bet segment is we're going to have the Fourth Musketeer. Now, if you know who the Fourth Musketeer is, you're better than I. I know there's a Fourth Musketeer.
Yeah, isn't that Leonardo DiCaprio?
The name of the character, not the person who played it.
I don't know.
We're going to have Brian from Ko-Kwel Casino joining us on Big Bets from here on out. Of course, Goose will be in the last segment of the program. Your chance to win as well, as we'll pick the games, and then you pick the games, and whoever has a better record at the end of it is. I got a whole big thing I got to read as well. So when I get to that, I'll tell you all the rules. There's lots of rules. We actually have rules, guidelines, for bigger bets.
And I'm glad that's catching on.
What, the bigger bets thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I was really off the cuff, so.
Sometimes those organic things are the best things in the world.
Yep.
The Oregon Man Clinic's hotline at 541-343-5673. You're going to need that a lot today. No guests today because we have so much to go through that we decided we're just going to ramble for the next 50 minutes or so. And that's about all the time we have left in the program. So a lot to cram into it. And we're going to talk volleyball a little bit. We'll talk, of course, Chauncey Billups. We'll talk women's basketball. We'll hear from Kelly Graves. He had his media availability in advance of next week's exhibition opener against Western Oregon. Of course, men's basketball tips off tonight, exhibition against Utah. And then we'll, of course, talk about the big football game. Oregon State's off this week, and thank goodness. Well, maybe not thank goodness. They have a little momentum.
I think they needed a bye week like 6 weeks ago, quite honestly.
Probably would have saved Trent Bray's job if he would have gotten at least one win or two wins in that stretch. But Rod Akey is looking at film and getting ready for Washington State coming up, the first of two against Washington State. They'll end the season against the Cougars as well up there at Research Stadium. I think that game is in Pullman, though, the last one. I think this next one coming up is at home. By the way, for the football game tomorrow, it's Grateful Dead. You want to punch the Grateful Dead music for me?
Sure.
This is great because we have something I got to read for this. Yeah, baby. There we go. Grateful Ducks jersey has landed. I've seen it everywhere. Woody's got one.
It's here.
It's here. Commemorate the upcoming historic Grateful Ducks tie-dye out game. It's a one-of-a-kind jersey, a tribute to the Grateful Dead and Nike. This campaign celebrates their shared vision and history in Eugene. Each jersey shoulder features a customized patch celebrating the fusion of Oregon and the Grateful Dead. The iconic Steal Your Face logo, a lightning bolt set within a skull, is reimagined with colors swapped for U of O green and yellow, the skull becoming a duck head, the bottom of the lightning bolt transforming into the recognizable Nike swoosh. These Grateful Ducks jerseys are available today, right now, while supplies last. And that's it. There's only a limited amount at any Duck store location. They're also available online, but will only be available for shipping and not in-store pickup. So if you're interested in wearing the jersey to the Wisconsin game, you need to stop by one of the store locations today to pick up one, because I would imagine they're going to be gone.
Yeah, very popular.
Ties to history, dyed to match. The Grateful Ducks collection is waiting for you at where? The Duck Store. Let's open up the phone line right now, and I want to give away the pair of tickets to the Oregon-Wisconsin game right now. So let's give away the football tickets first. Then we can get these to you digitally, so you have to come down and pick them up. So the seventh caller right now, caller number 7 at 541-343-5673. That's the Oregon Man Clinic's hotline. Caller number 7 right now, Woody will pick up the phone and get your information, and you can win a pair of tickets to Oregon, Wisconsin. Now, remember, we'll also have a pair of tickets to give away for the basketball game tonight in a little bit. So you want to just talk about Chauncey Billups and the kettle that he's in right now, the boiling kettle?
Well, I think we should include the Blazers as a whole in this conversation. But yes, I think that Chauncey Billups obviously is a we didn't get to talk about it much yesterday. We had a packed show yesterday, but it is an absolute bombshell. Even out of Portland circles, people are following this one. It's quite honestly, depending on how things go and whatever falls out, it's kind of a black eye for the league. I mean, this is a bad look that this was happening, allegedly. But as much as anything, I just can't help but start thinking about what this means for the roster and what it means to the players. And they had a leader, obviously, who they, was re-signed this offseason. Mm-hmm. He was to be around, and he was the guy. And all of a sudden, one game into the season, now you have Tiago Splitter, who is a very fine NBA player, but someone that I don't know how much coaching experience he has. All of a sudden, he's the guy now. He's the interim head coach. And quite honestly, I think there's a lot of unknowns of the situation. We just don't know how long this is going to hold over the team, how long it's going to last. And so, quite honestly, it's one of those situations where I think it can either totally break apart a team or it's going to unite them completely. And my last little spiel here, my point is that it really makes it interesting, the role of Damian Lillard now. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that it's a good thing they have him back. I think that his role all of a sudden is huge. I don't know if he's going to be like a de facto coach, but just to be someone in that locker room, in that organization that can be just kind of a rock for them. I mean, they need somebody like that that can sit there and just sort of lead them through whatever the situation is. So I think it's just a fascinating situation.
So the federal prosecutors yesterday announced over 30 people indicted, 2 separate illegal gambling-related cases. So let's be clear about this as well. There was one side of it which was involving basically prop bets on players and allegedly players giving that information saying, hey, I'm not going to hit these levels, so you can go ahead and bet on the unders here. And that's what's been alleged on one side. And then the other side was this, I mean, it's like out of a novel. It's like out of a movie.
It's out of The Sopranos.
The Sopranos and or like James Bond or something like that, with X-ray card tables. Technology is chip tray analyzers. So there was a scam going on with poker games. And this is where Billups got caught up in it, where he was attending these poker games, whether it was just a paid appearance, what he knew, what he didn't know, any of that is all still alleged. It's in the indictment. But he, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former NBA player Damon Jones were among those arrested. The Lucchese, Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese mafia families allegedly involved in backing the rigged poker games to scam victims out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. There was one guy that they say allegedly lost $7 million through this scam. So this is not going away anytime soon. And here's the thing, when it crawls through the judicial system, this is not going to get resolved, one, in this calendar year, first of all, unless the alleged defendants, well, they're not alleged, they are defendants, cop a plea and take their punishment and move on, or if they're fighting it in court and it goes to trial. That's the biggest unknown for me as well, is that how long this drags out, because right now Chauncey Billups is not suspended. He has been indefinitely, on leave, I guess you would call it. And then the league will have another layer on top of this. But there is just that uncertainty, and I think you're right, and you touched on it. I think Damian Lillard can be this calming influence throughout this and help kind of steady the ship and keep the waters from, flowing over the top of the bow, as it were. But this is where I think and they are a young team. The Blazers are still incredibly young. I mean, Drew Holiday is probably, and Damian Lillard are the
35-year-olds, yeah.
Right. But they're by far the most senior on that team. Is how it can affect them with their emotions, how it can affect them with their motivation. It's like, well, I'm listening to you. You're the interim guy. My coach, the guy I've been used to the last couple of years, is gone. He can't. I believe he can't even have any contact with the team right now. So
probably gonna be hard for him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like, you can be sitting up above and on a little shortwave or whatever, a little earpiece into the bench saying, okay, do this. Okay, go do that. Yeah. So, and let's see how the team is Splitter. Who is it now?
Thiago Splitter.
Yeah, Splitter. Is he going to keep the Chauncey Billups way going on? Or is he going to put his own thumbprint on this?
But does he even have the ability to do that? Like, he's
much unknown.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know if he has the ability to do that. This is where it becomes so crucial. I mean, you think about situations in the past where coaches have either gotten fired early in the season or have extended leaves of absence. I think about Steve Kerr a few years ago with Luke Walton taking over, and then Luke Walton got himself a job because, of course, the Warriors were really, really good, but Luke Walton had an amazing record with that team and took over and clearly knew what he was doing. You hope that the Blazers had something in place that they could have not foreseen coming with a situation that they, if you had something happen to the head coach, that there are a fallback option, a guy that you can look to and say, hey, this is somebody that can lead us through this period of time that, again, like you're saying, it's unknown how long this will last. That's what's fascinating to me, Danny, is when, if at all, do they have the ability as a team to, if he basically gets charged with these things and he's guilty, then I'm sure that will affect his contract standing and they can get out of the contract. But until that point, I mean, it seems like they're kind of stuck with Chauncey Billups in an interim situation until that's all figured out.
So that's all going to, and listen, we talked about this the other day, that let's not jump to any kind of conclusions at all about what's going to happen, who did what. Let's let it play out in the court.
Right.
But
well, something that isn't jumping to a conclusion, I think, and that we can talk about for certainty is like you said, like, what is this going to mean for a team that coming into the season, there were higher expectations than last year, and that's not going to change despite the head coach. I mean, you got to think about your roster and where they are, and this is such a critical developmental year for Scoot Henderson, for Shaedon Sharpe, to get an understanding of what Young Hansen is. I mean, it's such an important year in terms of their actual development that I'm really afraid for them that this is just like totally going to mess up what they have, despite really, I think, making some good moves in this offseason, kind of putting together a team that I think that everybody can see is very competitive now. Like, they're not a rollover, and they could take a next step, but this could just ruin all that.
Well, and by the way, Jan Hansen, I watched the other night. He looked like he was in outer space.
Yes, he was not
lost. So hopefully they're going to be able to slowly bring him along because
but it was the Chauncey plan, right? I mean, that's what you think. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like that he was the guy probably that ultimately knew what he was going to do with them. And so now, do they completely just rip up those plans and say, like, we're going to do this now? Like, I don't know.
I don't know either. Brad Alden, by the way, of Eugene. Thanks, Brad. Thanks for listening, and thanks for winning. Brad Alden of Eugene won a pair of tickets to go see the Ducks and the Badgers tomorrow. 4 p.m. kick. Bring your rain gear to Autzen Stadium. under the lights, because the lights will be on, and the rain will be falling down as we watch the splattering that will occur in front of us.
We can hope.
All right, so let's move on. Oregon volleyball, great, another ranked road sweep win over, this time, number 25 UCLA in women's volleyball. So, I mean, they're coming along. They're 13-5 this season now, 4-5 in Big Ten play. So they still have an uphill road to go. But they will play next, and you'll be able to see them 1 o'clock on Sunday at MKA as Wisconsin. The Badger women come into town in Big Ten play.
Much better at volleyball.
They are much. And that whole conference is, I mean, Nebraska is lights out. And Oregon brought along UCLA, USC, and Washington to the party in the Big Ten. And Pac-12 was pretty good in volleyball, too.
They were.
So they've stepped it up, though. Definitely have stepped it up. Oregon women's basketball, they will start next week. Their schedule and their TV times have been announced. So they will start next Thursday with an exhibition against Western Oregon at MKA. They stay home for a nice stretch. They then play West Georgia on November the 3rd, Montana November the 8th, Grand Canyon November the 11th, and an Army, who honestly, Justin, I did not know had a women's basketball team.
I didn't either.
Okay, but now that's not like, misogynistic or anything. I just didn't know.
The more you know. I mean,
that's right. That you learn things here on this radio program. So Kelly Graves, by the way, was in front of the press. In fact, I did talk to Coach yesterday. Do you have that cut? No,
you told me not to.
Okay, that's right. We're going to have him on the show next week.
We were talking about this.
Justin, there's a lot of things that we talk about, and I don't remember half of them, okay? So we'll have Kelly Graves on next week, so you'll hear from the coach next week. So that's the schedule for women's basketball. Men's basketball, they will be taking on Utah in a exhibition game, which is odd to me. There's an exhibition against Utah, and they start their regular schedule against Hawaii on the 4th. The 7th, Rice is here at MKA. South Dakota State on the 12th of November. And then Monday, Oregon State, the 17th of November, which is a 7 p.m. tip-off. So the Beavers will see them in the month of November. And then the Ducks are down in Vegas for Auburn and San Diego State, and then a to-be-determined.
Is that the Players Tournament?
That's the Players Era Tournament, which they won last year. So no Jackson Shellstad to start the season for the Ducks. He's out with that broken hand, and who knows how long it's going to be. But U of O returns 3 impact players, including Jackson, who we're not going to see, Kwame Everett Jr., and, of course, Nate Biddle coming back. So
a lot of unknowns.
We're going to see, we might see a little bit more out of J.J. Frakes. Is it Frakes or Frakes?
Probably Frakes.
It's Frakes. I know. I'm looking through the roster here. Kwame Evans Jr. can have a big year. I think he's big things. He's on the edge of that right now.
He was kind of my X factor last year. I felt like whenever he had a big game, they had a big game. And I think if he develops offensively, this team's really got something, because you have Nate Biddle coming back. They have some size behind him, which they didn't really have last year. Obviously, losing out on Jackson Shellstad for the beginning of the season, that's going to hurt their guard rotation early. Something Dana Altman's talked about. He doesn't think it's going to help or hurt Jackson himself, but he's the only experienced guard they really have, so that might be a little bit of a roadblock for them early on. But they have Wei Lin, who's a very interesting prospect, I guess you could call him, from China, the former pro. There's a lot of conversations right now about former G League players coming in and playing college basketball right now, but Wei Lin certainly is an exciting player for the Ducks. So you mentioned J.J. Frakes. This guard rotation certainly early on is going to have to step up. There's some other guys that we're interested to see if they can move up after transferring. Sean Stewart, the former Duke.
Well, Devon Pryor from Texas.
Devon Pryor, yep. He's another one, former 4-star player that I think there's a lot of players that we're going to need to have that are unknowns now. They're going to need to become knowns pretty quickly.
Right, and Takai Simpkins as well from Elon.
Right. More experience. Yeah.
I think that's, Dana Altman, he kind of like takes all these different ingredients, and I think you'll start to see what the Ducks are going to be. Normally with the Dana Altman team, middle of December, January, because they got.
I think we all know the story at this point.
It has, but last year it was almost like polar opposite. Remember, they blasted out of the gate last year.
Yeah, and then it was like, what happened?
Then like everybody caught up to them after that. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out this year for Oregon men's basketball. By the way, we still have a pair of tickets to give away for that game, so hang on. We'll do that after this next break that we have coming up, but not right now for the break. We got to talk a little football. The Danny and Justin radio program. You can follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky, Danny and Justin. You can also pod us wherever you pod. Any of the things that you pod. If you're on Spotify, if you're on Odyssey, iHeart, YouTube, Apple, Amazon, any of them, we're out there. So go ahead and follow Danny and Justin. You can listen to the show on repeat or at your convenience. It's only 60 minutes. You got 60 minutes.
The fast 60 minutes
It's
as well.
the fastest 60 minutes in sports talk. All right, so football coming up this weekend, and we haven't talked a lot about it. Of course, we had Matt LePay on the other day, as the Badgers are just in a free-for-all downward. I mean, you want to talk about a downward spiral. Head coach Luke Fickell, he is, the temperature is at 8,000 degrees underneath him right now.
White hot.
Yeah, he's only 15-18 in his third season. His career record coming out of Cincinnati was just sparkling. He has lost almost as many games in this season as he had combined in 9 previous seasons. That's how stark it's happened for Luke Fickell. So the Badgers come in, they're wounded, backup quarterback who's been playing pretty much the balance of the year because Billy Edwards Jr. was hurt in the first game, and he really hasn't seen the field since. Oregon's bounced back after that disappointing loss to Indiana and a thumping of Rutgers. You want to talk about splattering, 56-10. As they go to Piscataway, New Jersey, and get the win there. After this week, Ducks get a week off. They're going into a bye week or another work week,
as you call
it. And then they head to a tough road game. They go to Kinnick Stadium and take on Iowa Saturday the 8th, and that's a to-be-determined time, in which I would imagine if Iowa wins, and I think Iowa's going to be on a bye week next week as well. I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure they are because I know Oregon doesn't get any advantages with that this season. So
they haven't in any of those games.
And they do not this season get any advantages for scheduling.
So that might be a national TV game there. It very well could be. I'll see how Iowa
it'll be an
plays it
interesting
out.
one, for sure. I mean, Iowa's that team that, they still have no offense, but if you want to talk about a physical battle, we were talking to Landon Tengwell the other day, and he was looking at that one. And even Adam Rittenberg was
mentioning that.
Was that 2 days ago now?
Yeah.
I lose track of the days. But he was talking about it 2 days ago, saying, hey, this is the one I'm looking at for Oregon as the big test. But we can't overlook Wisconsin completely, can we?
No. Yes, we can.
Although, actually, the question
can.
that I ask is Wisconsin going to score a point in this game? I don't know.
Could we look up for a Big Ten team the last time a Big Ten team was shut out 3 straight games in a row?
We can try.
Why don't we effort that? So the reason I also say that Iowa-Oregon matchup might be a national game is because Iowa wins. They're 4-1 in the Big Ten. There hasn't been a ton of separation there. Justin, I don't know if you realize this or not, but we didn't count it up the other day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams with 3-1 or better records in the Big Ten. Half the field. So you want to talk about the haves and have-nots.
Well, it looks like one of the have-nots had a pretty bad streak in 2024. Purdue. They got shut out 3 times in a row.
3 times in a row?
Yes, including.
Way to go.
Including one against Oregon.
31-0, 35.
45-0.
45-0. All right, see, I was doing it a little bit too low. All right.
That was about a year ago today.
Okay, there we go. All right, well, we raced through that first segment. When we come back, we'll do a quick segment and get ready to set up big bets. We'll give away a pair of tickets to U of O and Utah on the basketball court tonight. Utah exhibition game. We'll do that when we come back. Danny Justin radio program for a Friday. Bigger bets coming up. I guess we're going to have to end up calling it now. Otherwise, I'm going to hurt Justin's feelings.
It's going to stick.
Bigger bets coming up in just about 10 minutes from now. So stay tuned. We'll pick our games first. And then you get to pick against us or for us or with us. We've never had that. We've never had a caller pick the exact same games. We came close. But, of course, Brad and Coach are going to be on the phones right away. So if you want to hop in as well. Blaze, who did not have a great week last week, by the way. We all went 4-1. But I didn't make up any ground on you guys, you knuckleheads.
Yeah. No, it was a good week. I felt really great about. Listen, I could have gone 1-4, and the only one I picked right was LSU, and I would have been happy. or sorry,
You didn't
not
pick
LSU.
Not
Vandy.
LSU. Vandy.
Who's got, by the way, Jared Curtis traveling to see them, by the way, the former Oregon, I wouldn't call him commit, but someone that was looking to go to the Ducks and committed to Georgia. He's visiting Vandy this weekend, by the way.
Yeah, whatever. Vandy's got a tough game. They got Missouri coming into town. I think they're riding high after last week.
They are.
Missouri commits to the run, so we'll see how Vandy's run defense does. And that's not one of our games that we're picking, by the way.
No, you seem very knowledgeable.
So we'll have. I get around. I get around, my man. All right, so let's get back to the phones, though, for you and give you a pair of tickets to U of O Utah exhibition basketball tonight at MKA. And I believe I didn't. Yeah, let me pull it up here. It is a. Trying to look at the time. What time is it? It is a. No, it's the wrong one. Exhibition game. There we go. It is, I believe, a 7:30. No. What time is it?
7 p.m. for Utah?
Yeah. Is it?
I have it at 7 p.m.
Okay, because it's not. Look, I don't have it on my schedule here. What's it? Okay, yeah.
You want me to walk over there and look?
No. You want me to turn my screen around so you can see it?
No,
because,
I have it right here. It's at 7 o'clock.
Okay, but I was looking at the game notes and it's not on there. Gosh, I'm gonna. I know. It's been
one of those days.
Yeah, that's all right. So, caller number 8. We did 7 last time. Caller number 8 on the Oregon Man Clinics hotline at 541-343-5673. Caller number 8.
As long as you don't do 6 and then 7. Sorry.
Okay, you're. It's caller number 8, Woody, at 541-343-5673. Okay. So hopefully you'll win the tickets. Baseball, World Series tonight.
We like baseball.
Who do you like? Dodgers, Blue Jays, and by the way, Knight Jarecki came by the house. He was dropping off equipment for my
very nice.
broadcast night. He was wearing his Blue Jays pullover.
He's a very proud Canadian.
He is. So, but the Blue Jays are definitive underdogs against the Dodgers.
Who I like and who I think are going to win are two different. Well, then
let's who you like first.
Who I like the Toronto Blue Jays. I like Vladimir Guerrero. He's a really fun player to watch. I think Toronto, just as a city, is a great city. And so I love Toronto. I think Shohei Ohtani is really cool.
But you think the Dodgers are going to...
I think the Dodgers are going to sweep the series, quite honestly.
Sweep?
Yeah.
You don't think Toronto wins a game?
I don't think they win a game.
I think it's going to go 6 games, and I do think the Dodgers win.
I think the Dodgers win. I think they're going to sweep. And for me, it just comes down to the fact that they have the ultimate trump card in Shohei Ohtani, but they don't need to rely on him. They've got such good starting pitching. They can just roll out 4 starters that, quite honestly, they're going to have the edge on the Toronto Blue Jays probably every single one of those games. They've got the closer now in Sasaki, who's just finally put it together at the end of games. This Los Angeles Dodgers team is by far the best team in baseball. I don't think it's close. I think that, quite honestly, Toronto wasn't even as good as Seattle, and Seattle kind of just choked it away.
It's the best money can buy.
It certainly is.
I mean, that just where other teams, they just go spend, i.e. the Yankees, and they don't end up winning world championships off of it. The Dodgers have done it very well.
They deserve a ton of credit. Don't get me wrong. They're not cheating in any ways. They have extremely good. Yeah, that's true. They have extremely good scouting. They're basically if the Tampa Bay Rays had the payroll of the Yankees. I mean, they really know how to scout. They make great trades. They know how to get every bite out of the apple. They don't leave anything unturned. And that's what makes them so good and so dangerous. And they got the best player in the league, who's maybe I agree with Isaac Streeter, who came on the other day as well. I think the greatest player of all time. And again, they don't need to rely on him. They have their number 2 and 3 hitters are also MVPs, Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. The number 4 guy is the Will Smith, who was competing for the batting title. Teoscar Hernandez, I think he had 40 home runs this year.
Are you just reading their lineup right now?
Basically, that's what you can do.
Okay.
You know what Toronto's doing today? Toronto is starting Bo Bichette at second base in a position that he has literally never played once.
Okay.
In the major leagues.
Who's on is Bieber starting the first game? Shane Bieber for Toronto?
I don't know. I think it would be...
I'm just wondering. I'm just curious who their number 1 is now.
It's Yesevich.
It's Yesevich. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it'll be 4-2. I think the Dodgers do win. And just based on... and that's where... Dave Roberts, he doesn't have to worry about trying to pull triggers and do different things. He can just roll the ball out there to his pitcher and go at it. And he knows he's going to get run support. He knows they're going to play smart defense. And then he's got Ohtani, who he can throw out there in any game, and he'll bash 3 home runs and strike out 10.
Well, Ohtani's the kind of guy. Before that last game against the Brewers, it was like, whoa, where's Ohtani? Ohtani hasn't been showing up, and then all of a sudden he wins the MVP based on having one incredible game, which is fine. I think he deserved it. But my point is that he is clearly like a streaky player, and he seems like, there was a week off, but so he might be going to that hot streak.
Do you know any Dodger fans?
I certainly do. There's some Dodger fans here.
Are they as obnoxious as some other fan bases that we know of?
I think that the Dodger fans in my life have been very gracious winners. If anything, they actually, I think, have a little bit less belief in their team than I do in their team.
So, are there any Dodger fans in this room?
No, there are not. Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, good.
Is a Dodger fan in the room right now?
No, there is.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But within the sound of our voice, I'm sure
listening.
there is. Yeah, we do know they're listening. All right. I don't know if I think Woody's getting the name of the person who just won the tickets. We got Goose, who just sauntered in, and he's very, head to toe. He's put together, nice shoes. We will deal with him in just a moment with the picks that he made for the games this week, and we get to have you involved in it. And I will read this now once, and then we'll read it again when we come back. So Big Bets is now, we're going to call, I guess we got to call it Bigger Bets. Bigger Bets now sponsored by Ko-Kwel Casino Resort in Coos Bay. We've changed the pricing structure. It's the first time I'm reading this, for Bigger Bets moving forward. Now, if you call in and make pits and you beat us, so it's our best score versus you win a 2-night stay at Ko-Kwel Casino Resort in Coos Bay and $100 free play credit. It can't be used for sports bets, by the way. If no one beats us, Ko-Kwel Casino Resort will donate $100 to Southern Oregon Special Olympics that week.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Don't call in now. We're not doing bigger, unless that's our other guy. Who knows? You must be 21 or older to participate or have to sign up for a player's card at Ko-Kwel. That's how you're going to get your $100. Okay. Each quarter, there'll be an even bigger prize drawing for the winners. The winners through December will be placed in a drawing where the winner receives a Super Bowl Sunday stay at a suite at Ko-Kwel. Free food and drink, no alcohol, though. The big change is that you can only win once. So, someone like Brad or Coach win, they can't participate again until the next quarter. But if they lose, they can keep calling back and try again. Okay? So I'm gonna make some adjustments to this read. So when I do it again, it's gonna be a little bit better. Let's take our break. When we come back, we'll do Bigger Bets.
I'm excited.
Goose is here, and we're gonna introduce everybody to Brian from Ko-Kwel Casino. He's gonna be our fourth musketeer picking games. That'll be next here on the Danny Justin Radio program for Friday. All right, you know it, you love it. It's every Friday during the football season and beyond. It's time for Big Bets.
Danny, Justin, and Steve pick 5 games against the spread all season long.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bragging rights are on the line and a consequence for the guy who finishes last. It's time for Big Bets.
Hey, by the way, we do have spreads, but we ignore them. So we just do straight up and down winners and losers. Big Bets now sponsored by Ko-Kwel Casino Resort in Coos Bay. We've changed the pricing structure for Big Bets moving forward. We're going to call it Bigger Bets. Now, if you call and make pits, you beat the guys, you'll win a 2-night stay at Ko-Kwel Casino Resort in Coos Bay with a $100 free play credit during your stay. Cannot be used for sports betting, however. If no one beats our guys, Ko-Kwel Casino Resort is going to donate $100, 100 smackaroos to Southern Oregon Special Olympics for that week. You must be 21 or older to participate in Big Bets. You have to sign up for a player's card at Ko-Kwel, which is free to sign up for, but that's how you're going to get your $100. Each quarter, there's going to be an even bigger prize drawing for the winners. The winners through December, okay, so now through December, you're all going to be placed in a drawing where the winner receives a Super Bowl Sunday stay at the Ko-Kwel Suite, free food and drink except for alcohol. The big change is that you can only win once. So if someone like Brad or Coach win, they cannot participate again until next quarter. If they lose, they can keep calling back and try again. All right, so don't light up the phones yet, but get ready at 541-343-5673. That's our Oregon Man Clinic's hotline. When I tell you to go to the phones, you go to the phones and hop on. We're going to try and get through these quick. Let's do the music. And by the way, we have on the phone, live from Ko-Kwel Casino, it's Brian and Sean. playing for the Casino. What's up, boys?
Hey, we're doing great over here. Just a little weather, but we're holding our own.
We'll keep it over there for as long as possible. All right, here we go. We will start out with Ole Miss and Oklahoma. By the way, here's Goose, who picked the games this week.
Sure did. Hey, my question: if nobody beats
like
us,
a
if we
Cheshire cat,
if we go undefeated for the quarter and nobody can beat the three of us, do the three of us go in the drawing for the Super Bowl party?
Ooh, I don't
think
know.
we can hook you guys up. You just ask the question. We can take care of it.
All right,
I like
boy. Look at that's a true salesman right over here. All right,
I like this Brian guy.
Ole Miss, Oklahoma. This is a tough one for me. I think. I'm thinking Ole Miss might bounce back, or Oklahoma. Is this Oklahoma at home?
Yep.
Okay. Then I'm going Boomer Sooner with this game. Oklahoma for me.
You're not going to hedge on which quarterback starts.
You know what? Would you just make your pick?
I am going to go Oklahoma, regardless of the quarterback. I've been on Oklahoma all year. I'm still there.
All right, Baby J.
All right, well, I'll take this as an opportunity to pick something different than you guys. I'm not so sure how I feel about Ole Miss, honestly, but I do believe in Lane Kiffin as a coach, despite some rumors about him going to Florida. So I'm going to take this as an opportunity to pick differently than you guys. I'll go Ole Miss.
All right, Ko-Kwel Casino, Brian Sean, what do you guys say?
All right, Sean, what do you like?
I like Oklahoma. I think number one defense in the country at home. Mateer was looking really good before he got hurt. He's getting healthier. I like Oklahoma.
All right, we're going OKC.
Okay, you are on Old Miss Island.
Not where I want to be, probably. But.
All right, so next game is BYU Iowa State. It's in Ames, and Goose, you start us off.
I think BYU's dream season comes starting to crash down here. Give me Iowa State. Matt Campbell's not stand.
Baby J.
I will go with Iowa State as well.
Okay. Brian and Sean, what do you guys like?
I think Sean's going to tell you BYU because everybody else is going the other way. We got to do something to get caught up against you guys, right? Go ahead, Sean, tell them why.
I like BYU personally. They're 8-1 on the road in their last 9. They score more. They give up less points per game. Harder strength of record and schedule. I like BYU in this one.
We're in BYU territory.
All right, so I'm just, you know what? I hate to break your guys' heart down there at the casino, but I'm going along with you on BYU. I've been riding them all year long, and so I'm going to stay right there. All right, the Fighting Illini take on Washington in a Big Ten matchup. And, boys, you get to start off on this one.
I like Illinois. It's hard for me to pick Washington for anything, so I'm going to go Illini. Altmaier's a great quarterback. They're going to have to air it out a bit. The rain might be an issue, but if they're able to pass the ball, I think they get the win.
You know, I was off of Illinois for a couple of weeks, but now I'm back on, even though I don't have them ranked high in the Big Ten power rankings. But I think this is a good road test for Brett Bielema's team, and I think they play better up in Husky Stadium than they would at home. So I'm taking the Fighting Illini. Mims.
Huskies.
Easy.
That's easy. All right, Baby J.
This is a tough one. This is for sure a tough one. Hard to pick Washington, and so I will pick Illinois.
Wow. I didn't think I was going to be on the island there, but I'll take it.
You're on Husky
I
Island.
have them
All
higher in
right.
my Big Ten rankings, so I'm going to stick with my rankings.
Okay. Texas A&M at LSU. Does Brian Kelly start to get a little warmer on his seat? Or we know how Justin's going to pick it. Do I just write down Texas A&M for you,
absolutely.
Justin? I don't even need to start with him. Texas A&M for Justin. I am not going to pick LSU again, so I'm going Texas A&M as well. Goose?
I'm going to take LSU. It's a night game. I think Brian Kelly's like 14-1 at night games, as you mentioned. He's on the hot seat. He'll cool it with the win. Texas A&M, 3 straight home games. Finally got to go on the road. Give me Go Tigers.
Okay, you know what? You know what's going to happen? You are going to feel the bite of the Brian Kelly curse. It's all bitten us before. Now it's going to come back and attack you. All right, Brian and Sean from Ko-Kwel Casino. What say you?
This was honestly probably the hardest one for me. I leaned LSU originally, but I'm going to go Texas A&M for this one.
See, the pros going with us. You are so toast. You are so toast, Goose. All right, last game. This is our tiebreaker game as well. So I want the winner of the game, the Sunflower Showdown between Kansas State and Kansas. It's in Lawrence, and total points is going to be the tiebreaker. But first, I want the winner, and we will start with Goose.
I got a soft spot in my heart for you, Danny. Give me the Wildcats.
Yeah, EMAW. All right, Justin.
I'm also going to go Wildcats. I think that you're going to go Wildcats, so I'm going to be on the board with you guys.
Well, let's find out. Brian and Sean.
I like the Jayhawks in this one. Kansas State has won the last 16 for the Governor's Cup, but I think Kansas has a go, and this year I think they win this one.
Well, we just like Kansas basketball, so we're transferring up over.
Okay, well, listen, I know Britton Schroeder down at BMW, or not, yeah, no, Mercedes. Oh, gosh, he's going to kill me right now. I don't know why I saw the signal in my head. Britton from Mercedes is a huge KU guy, so I know he's pulling for KU. We talked about this yesterday, but come on, I got to take the Wildcats. Are you serious right now? So, all right, so Brian Sean, you're on your own on KU. All right, total points. Brian Sean, what's the total points between KU?
I think we're going double nickel, 55 on this.
55. Goose?
I'm taking the under. Give me 33.
Are you out of your mind?
Like 20-13.
Okay. Justin?
I will go 45. I'll go right in the middle there.
45, and I will split the difference between Brian and Sean and you, Baby J. I'm going to go 50 points. Okay? All right. So, the phones are now open, friends, at 541-343-5673. 541-343-5673. We've given you about 7 minutes to call in. So if you want to get on the phones right now and play the game, our games are Ole Miss, Oklahoma, BYU, Iowa State, Illinois, and Washington, Texas A&M, LSU, and Kansas State, Kansas. Goose, I know you got a bolt.
Yep.
So thanks for everything. Hate these games. Thanks for picking them.
I look forward to your guys' picks next week. And Brian and Sean, thanks for joining the show. Enjoy doing this with you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank
All
you.
right, there you go. So we got anybody on the line, Justin?
I am waiting. I don't believe so
All right.
yet.
So the other things and guys, if you want to take off as well, we appreciate it, and we'll be sending you the pics of everybody else when they come in.
All right, you got it. Have a good show.
Thanks, guys. Brian and Sean from Ko-Kwel Casino, and what a great title sponsorship now of the Bigger Bets segment. So you want to call in right now at 541-343-5673. And again, the prize you can win if you beat us, any one of our records, if you win, you will get a you will get a 2-night stay at Ko-Kwel Casino Resort in Coos Bay and a $100 free play credit during the stay. Well, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty solid.
So you got to be
good.
You got to be 21 or older.
All you got to do is beat us.
Do it. All right. Here is Joe B. from Springfield on the line. Welcome to the program, Joe B. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. All right. So let's go through the games here real quick, Joe B. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ole Miss, Oklahoma.
I'm taking Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. BYU, Iowa State.
BYU.
Good pick. Illinois, Washington.
It's a rough one, but I'm taking Washington.
Isn't that great? People down here in the Eugene area. And by the way, Joe B. in Springfield. Texas A&M, LSU.
A&M.
Okay. And then Kansas State, Kansas.
I got to take Kansas.
Okay. And total points.
This one sounds a little strange, but I'm going to go 64.
Wow. All right. Going a shootout in the Sunflower. All right. Thanks, Joe B. Thanks for listening, buddy. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you. You have a great day.
Thank you. There he goes, Joe B. from Springfield. So that opens up the line at 541-343-5673. And again, your prize you're playing for is a free 2-night stay at the Ko-Kwel Casino Resort in Coos Bay, $100 free pay if you beat us. All right. And also, if you win, you will get into a prize pool for a Super Bowl Sunday stay at the Ko-Kwel Suite, free food and drink. And if we win, if any of us get the best record overall between us and the listeners, Ko-Kwel is going to donate $100 to Southern Oregon Special Olympics. So everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Everybody
except
wins.
for LSU.
I am amazed. You know
what's really funny?
What?
The funniest thing about this, LSU is not my least favorite team. Believe
Well,
it or
they were
not.
last year.
You know, it's always been. Should I say who it is?
Sure.
Alabama.
Really? You don't like Alabama?
Don't like they're like the evil empire. That's the Death Star. Anybody but Alabama. That's me.
All right, let's go back to the phones at 541-343-5673. And that's our good friend Brad. Brad, how you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Great. All right, you ready to go to Ko-Kwel Casino?
You bet.
All right, well, let's see. How'd you do last week, by the way? Did Brad play last week?
1-1, and I had the same as Justin. We tied.
You tied. All right, push goes to us, just so you know, moving forward. We all went 4-1 last week. All right, Brad, here we go. Ole Miss, Oklahoma.
Ole Miss.
Okay, BYU, Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Okay. Illinois, Washington.
Pains me to say it, but I'm taking the Dogs.
You know, anybody who says just pains me to say it, I'm just already starting to write down Washington.
Yep.
Yeah, A&M or LSU?
It's the Brian Kelly bounce back, LSU.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right, Kansas State, Kansas.
Kansas State.
Attaboy. What's the tiebreaker points?
56.
Oh, really? Okay, you got one over Goose. And actually, you got one over Brian and Sean. All right, good job. Thanks, Brad. Thanks for listening, as always, buddy.
Yep, take care.
All right, there he goes. 541-343-5673. The phone's right back open. We got about 3 minutes. So you've got a little bit of time if you want to sneak in. Let's see if we can get a couple more in. I want some more players.
Yeah.
And again, if you beat us, and Brad feels pretty confident, you got to be 21 or older, by the way, to participate in bigger bets. And you got to sign up for the players card at Ko-Kwel. It's free to do. That's how we get you your 100 bones to play with. If you win, you get to go to the Ko-Kwel Casino Resort in Coos Bay. 2-night stay, $100 free play. It cannot be used for the sports betting. Okay? So 541-343-5673, the Oregon Man Clinic's hotline. Big weekend for Oregon athletics. A lot of opportunities to see many different teams play, including women's volleyball, men's basketball, and, of course, the Ducks football team taking on Wisconsin. There's also an inter-squad game for Melissa Lombardi's women's softball program on Sunday, and I think that is a noon inter-squad game, so out at the Jane, of course, weather permitting. And I think we're going to get a little wet this weekend, Justin. So I do believe the parkas and the umbrellas and the ponchos are going to be in high demand.
I am sure they will be. There's been a lot of high demand things around here lately.
Okay, so let's review picks, by the way. For the Ole Miss-Oklahoma game, all of us like Oklahoma here in the studio, except for Baby J, who's taking Ole Miss. BYU-Iowa State, we're split. Myself and the guys at Ko-Kwel are taking BYU. Baby J and Goose are taking Iowa State. Okay, so let's go back to the phones at 541-343-5673. And I think it's another Brad, but it's Brad Alden who's calling in. So I'm going to, well, maybe not. He hung up again. So, all right. So there we go. If you want to try it right back in, Brad, or somebody else to hop in, I got you about 1 minute left. 1 minute left. So let me keep reviewing the picks. Illinois, Washington. Goose is the only one in the studio who took Washington. The rest of us are on Illinois. Texas A&M will across the board except for Goose again. He took LSU. And Kansas State, Kansas, we are in agreement. Baby J, myself, and Goose on Kansas State. Brian and Sean from Ko-Kwel took the Jayhawks. So there you go.
Yeah, I think that Washington one might make Mints look really good. You know, coming out of that one. I mean, I know we all want to pick the Dogs. But
I didn't do it because of that.
No,
I truly believe Illinois is going to win the game.
Illinois is going to win the game as well. I think they're a better team. But Washington is a team that I was pretty high on before the season. They've taken a couple losses, but that one really could go either way. That's such a pick 'em.
All right, one last call in. I'm just saying, you got one last chance, 541-343-5673. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds, then I'm going to have to shut the phones off, and we got to wrap things up for the week.
You got to hear a dad joke from Justin.
You got your dad joke
I'm
ready?
all ready.
Okay, but I told him 30 seconds, so we'll give him 30 seconds. So next week on the program, just to preview some of the guests we're going to have, we are going to have Coach Kelly Graves on the program. We got somebody? All right. No, we don't. They're gone again. All right, so we tried. Okay, we'll have Kelly Graves on the program next week. I know we've got a couple of others. It's going to be a work week for Oregon football, so we'll be a little light there. We'll talk a lot more Oregon State.
Yeah, get some Washington State on.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, a joke!
I got fired from the bank today. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her.
Dad jokes!
Shout out to Willamette High School. I saw this one when I was on their campus. So how do you prepare for high school, Danny?
How do I prepare for high school? Jeez, I don't know.
You bring a ladder. Come on.
See, now I know how you feel when I read some of those.
Don't you?
Yeah.
It wasn't good?
No, I think it was fine. They're supposed to make you groan. That's exactly what they're supposed to do. All right. Thanks for participating again. Big shout out to Ko-Kwel Casino for supporting us with bigger bets. Best of luck on the games this weekend. Enjoy whatever you're going to do this weekend. Stay dry. Put a smile on your face. Someone else's. They deserve it. So do you. For Baby J, for Goose, for Brian and Sean, for Woody, for Julie, I know I'm forgetting, buddy. God bless. Peace.